how the hurricane Helene hasn't completely flipped this election, I will never understand. We've had 1,000 different things happen in the last couple of years that should have been a very clear indicator to American people which way to vote. But one this obvious and this close to the actual election, I don't know. Biden and Harris have completely abandoned the American people yet again with our money. This is our money. Not Kamala's, not Joe's, not the illegals. Our money, and we want it to go to Americans in need. Kamala is going to give them, what, $750 if they have internet access and if they qualify, which she has already said that only certain people qualify for needing help after a hurricane. There's still people that have absolutely no communication. Trump spent $25 million of his own money to be a real leader, to bring in supplies that are actually needed and to go in and get on the ground and actually do things to help, and setting up the Starlink with Elon Musk. Regular Americans are getting in the help in every way that they're able. We've had people donate their helicopters for use down there, which is now banned. It is banned. There are supplies sitting and ready to go at airfields that people have donated that cannot be flown in because Kamala only wants her helicopters. And it was just yesterday that they finally activated Fort Bragg. It's Fort Bragg. And they haven't landed yet, even though the service members there want to get down and help. They're not even allowing drones over the rescue areas. And I get it. They're saying, oh, well, we don't want you to get in the way of this, that, and the other. No, it's so that you can't get footage out of just how bad it is. The fact that they're not allowing extra help, there's absolutely no excuse. There's still people up there that have nothing. They have no water. They have no water. There's been a rash of suicides in elderly because they have nothing and nowhere to go and no one to come help them. How are people voting for Kamala still? How stupid do you have to be? They have given billions of dollars to FEMA for illegals. They get thousands of dollars when they cross the border, and cell phones and cushy hotels. And Americans in need, well, they don't have any more money. They don't have any more money for them now, and they don't have any more money for the rest of the hurricane season, which runs until the end of November. That's exactly what that money is for. That's what we pay taxes for, is when something like this happens, we know that we're taken care of, that other Americans are taken care of. And when the government does it and we try to do it, it's blocked. What is wrong with you people? How are you voting for this? How are you this stupid? I don't give a fuck if you don't like Trump. Hate him. He's still a good leader. He still does his actual fucking job. That fucking photo of Kamala Harris in her plane without her earbuds plugged in, writing on blank paper. How many days, what was it? 5 days before she got feet on the ground? When George Bush waited 2 days to get feet on the ground in Katrina, the media ripped him to fucking pieces. Now let's talk about censorship for a minute, because it's been extra crazy, and I keep getting strikes against my account so they can keep me censored, even from my own followers. That has dropped down to less than 1% of where it was. It's always on stories that I've posted, so those stay up 24 hours, okay, and then they'll give me a strike against it well after they've come down of their fake fact checks, and it's a strike against my account. Yet another one. Well, these fact checks, and I've got screenshots, they're not facts by any way, shape, or means. Sometimes there's actually no response. It'll say, oh, you can see why. There is no why. Sometimes there's actually nothing there. One was when I said if you took all the money from every billionaire in America, it would run the entire government for less than 8 months, was my quote. Less than 8 months, which you can only have an approximation. Excuse me. The fact check was it could run the government for about 8 months. And they were able to strike my account for that and call it a false statement. ICE releasing the information on all the murderers and rapists that have been let loose and the terrorists was fact check false. The reason why, the whole sentence, and I got screenshots of this and I posted in my stories, was Trump cherry picks migrant data. ICE released that, not Trump. ICE released that. So as usual, I appealed it, and I actually got an email back on this one. And they said, well, Trump didn't give exact dates and this, that, and the other. It wasn't Trump that released it. It was ICE. And why do they care more about that than the safety of Americans? It's fucking treason. They're letting convicted murderers and rapists into our country, tens of thousands of them, and then hid it from American people. That's actually treason. That's treason. They let terrorists in on the watch list, terrorists in, and then hid it from people. And the media isn't covering it because they don't care. They don't care about letting killers in our country and putting people at actual risk, their actual lives at risk. They care about power and money, and you're gonna vote for it because you're fucking stupid. Sorry. Listen, my dog's wrestling over there. They sound crazy. I'm done. I'm done. This isn't about a difference of opinion or difference of politics. If you're still voting for these people at this point, you're evil. You're evil. There's people saying it's a good thing that people died in North Carolina. And by the way, if you know anything about that part of North Carolina, very rich area, very blue, very liberal, which it shouldn't matter anyway. But they're cheering that they died because they're talking about internet gossip of, and I just learned what a sundown town is. I never heard of it. This is fucking crazy. Like, oh, they were sundown towns, so we're glad they're dead. Oh my God. Children died. Children still dying. Waiting on the roofs. Roofs collapse. They drown. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with you? You would rather have people get hurt than hear that Trump did a good thing. You'd rather people die and keep being lied to. Fuck you. What is happening? Yeah, we've lost no matter what. The rot is so deep in this country, it doesn't matter who's elected. That there's people that are happy about this stuff and don't care that our tax dollars, my tax dollars, your tax dollars, our money, won't go to Americans. It goes to illegals. It should go to us, our country, our home, our fucking taxes. See, that's why it should matter. If you're a citizen, you're the only one who gets the vote, right? Because we have paid into this country. We've been a part of it and we'll be affected by what happens here. That's why people that aren't citizens don't get to vote anywhere unless you're a fucking crazed libtard. I'm so done. I'm so done. How is it not completely flipped the polls? It should be 100%. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, keep sending out help to North Carolina. There's people that were saying we're going to arrest you if you fly, and they flew anyway. Because that's a real American right there. We're rebellious. We're treasonous. And we will fuck shit up to help our own people. So, there's the American spirit. That's it right there. But eventually all of us will be in jail, so can't last.